Guys, this is Harismita. So today we are going to see how to score CENTUM in mathematics. Especially we are going to see how to score CENTUM in class 12 mathematics. So when you hear the term class 12 mathematics, everyone feels very scared when it comes to mathematics subject, and especially when someone tells you to score 100, you feel very nervous, you feel confused, like what to study, what not to study, what procedure to perform, like what procedure to take, or what skills do we need to score 100? Is it our consistency? Is it our laziness that is stopping us? Is it our consistency that is helping us to get 100? That is what we're going to see today. I'm just going to quickly jot down all the points that is necessary for you to score 100 in mathematics. Just kindly follow these points and I'm definitely sure that you will score 100. So yes, let's get into the video. So first you have to understand. So what should you understand? You have to understand the concept. So understanding concept is very important. So you have to understand the concept. Okay, so you should not study it by just formulas then practicing the sums. You should know how did they get the formula, and basically if you know how did they get the formula, basically I'm asking you to study the proof also. When you understand the concept, it will be very easy when you read the sums. When you read the questions, it will be very easy for you to analyze and jot down the steps. Okay, so first main mantra for you is understand the concept. Okay, now what is next? Next is nothing but practice. Okay, so you have to practice lots and lots of sums. So be it similar sums or be it different sums, at least you have to solve minimum 150 questions per chapter. So you have to solve lot of sums. So you have to solve the similar type of sums and kind of little different sums. Okay, so you have to practice a lot of sums. That is also a very important thing. What about previous year question paper? So previous year question paper is nothing but you have to definitely practice tons and tons of previous year question paper. So at least you have to practice, or not 10 years, at least you have to practice minimum 5 years of question paper. So if you are in 2023 batch, like 23 to 24 batch, you have to at least solve from 2018. At least you have to solve all the previous year question paper from 2018. So so you will be asking, like, why do we need to solve previous year question paper? Is it mandatory that will be asked? No, that is not like necessary that it will be asked. The same kind of question will be asked, but similar kind of questions are asked in regular basis. So please just solve previous year question papers. Okay. Now, formulas. So what about formulas? So generally when you're studying like chapter 1, chapter 2 or up, you have 13 chapters, right? So when you study the chapters, just jot down the formulas separately. So if you're studying chapter 1, jot down the formulas of chapter 1 in a separate paper. Then again for same way, you have to jot down the formulas for chapter 2, and every time you have to revise the formulas. So suppose if you are in chapter 1, revise the formulas regularly of chapter 1. Suppose if you are in chapter 2, revise the formulas of chapter 1, then chapter 2. So just cumulatively start revising the formulas from day 1, so that when you are around November, all the formulas will be thorough and you'll be starting revision in November. Just make a plan like that. Now MCQs. So we already know that new pattern question paper has a lot of MCQs. For solving the MCQs, just solving in the main method is not necessary. You should know the tricks and tips to solve MCQs, right? For understanding or for knowing the tricks and tips to solve the MCQ quickly, you need to study it conceptual wise. So conceptual based learning is really important. Conceptual based learning is really important. What is conceptual based learning? What am I meaning by it is, suppose if you have some theorems or properties or something, do not skip it and go, because generally in long question papers, like when you have 2 marks or 3 marks or 4, like 2 marks or 4 marks or 6 marks, they'll be asking proof kind of things, right? If you're having a theorem, they'll be asking proof kind of things, or they'll be asking verify questions. But if you learn the theorems and properties thoroughly, those properties and theorems will help you answer MCQs very quickly, so that you can manage your time in MCQ and you can have the time for your 6 marks and 4 marks. So for MCQ, just one mantra is there. Just learn conceptual based learning. So you also know, right? You have MCQs as assertion based and case study based MCQs. Even to attend that, you should necessarily study it in conceptual based wise. Now, you have to say no to procrastination. So you have to first say no to procrastination. Then what should you do? Why should you say no to procrastination? Because you'll keep on postponing things. When you keep on postponing things, you will never finish your portions. So just say no to procrastination. Then your laziness. So your procrastination comes only when you're lazy. So do not be lazy when it comes to studies. So stay strictly no to it. Then what about next? You should never skip topics. So just stop skipping topics. Say no to skipping topics. Okay. Now, then what is next? You have to understand the problem, then study. Then never read the problems, never read maths problems, solve the maths problems. Say no to reading maths. You cannot read maths, right? You can never read maths. You can just solve maths. So say strictly no to reading maths. Okay. So if you say no to these 4 things mainly, then there are many chances for you to score 100 on 100 in mathematics. Next. What do you say yes to? Say yes to making formula sheet. So you have to definitely make formula sheets and study. Then what do you say yes to? You have to say yes to solving some step by step, because step marks is also there, and step by step solving some step by step helps you to remember the technique very easily. So you have to solve step by step. So say yes to solve step by step. Then regularly revise the portions. So if you finish chapter 1, revise it, then go to chapter 2. If you finish chapter 2, revise chapter 1, chapter 2, then go to chapter 3. So there should be regular revision. So if you have these things, it will be very important for you to score, very easy for you to score 100 on 100. Then you have to attend. So it is not necessary you have to regularly revise. You have to test yourself. Yes, you have to test yourselves by giving you more and more tests. So in these cases, you have to regularly attend test series. So regularly attend test series. That is very important. Studying is more than studying. Attending test is more important, so that you will know where you're missing. Okay, now next important thing, solve maths daily. Daily solving is very, very important. So solve maths daily. Okay, now that's why, to make your process very easy and very simple, at 100 Learning, we have a proper schedule and a proper test series and a proper practice questions for you to make your learning very easier. So just join us and study, so that you will solve minimum 200 questions each chapter, and we'll be regularly guiding you, and we'll be noting every single changes of yours, and we'll be letting you know where you're going wrong, where you're not going wrong, and everything will be mentioned to you. So at 100 Learning, if you join, your learning process will be very easy. So it'll be very simple. We'll be like a mentor and a friend who helps you throughout the process of studying, and we'll make the studying make the studying process very fun. So I hope you understood how to study and how to score ways to study to score 100 in mathematics. So yes, I'll meet you in next video. Until then, it's bye from Harismita. Thank you.